interact with citizens more often, like religious leaders, like our chiefs, like our assistant chiefs, to see if they can supplement in terms of helping to counsel people and give them directions in life. Because of this abuse of alcohol, sometimes with the little, with the, uh, the least provocation, you find someone committing suicide. Just a small problem, then they commit suicide. We've also realized that of those people committing suicide, almost 70% are men, which is a serious social issue. This issue does not, it's not just law enforcement issue, it requires a whole society approach to see how best we can be able to deal with the challenges that people have. It's not one of the poorest counties, so you cannot attribute it to poverty. So there are more other societal challenges that is putting people under pressure. We also have in this county a huge population of students in the universities and colleges. And part of the reasons why we have said that as a county security team, and particularly sub-county security team, they need to incorporate the dean of students in the universities and colleges and their student leaders in their security meetings for purpose of strategy to deal with also this issue of drug menace and various targeted supplies for alcohol, particularly weekends, where some of this ethanol and some of this adulterated alcohol is transported from Nairobi over the weekend to come and hurt many of the students and residents of this area because of various events that take place. This is a fairly closer to Nanyuki. Nanyuki is considered a getaway town. And so part of Nyeri, as you move from Nyeri town towards Kieni, as you walk towards Nanyuki, is full of parties, especially around this town and across, and we don't want people to take advantage of our residents of this area. The other security challenge we have in this county that we have discussed is questions about misuse of young people for political gain, use of gangs, trying to revive sects. A lot of work has been done to suppress these issues, but political violence is something that we are monitoring. We are going to discuss our chiefs and assistant chiefs, how we should all prepare ourselves as a society to confront use of young people to cause violence, burn property, destroy property, kill people, attack people. This is an area that we want to have also a conversation with our citizens in this area. As we go to the elections, we do not want people to charge young people for purpose of violence. And we are very, very much concerned of recent activities during protests where shops have been burned, businesses burned, government vehicles targeted, police stations. That culture must come to an end. We want people to exercise their political rights peacefully and respecting the rights of their colleagues and everybody else in this area. So I think those are some of the key issues we like to mention. Otherwise, generally, Nyeri is very peaceful, a place of many investments, except for these few organized criminals. The rest of the place is very peaceful. People are going about their business. Government projects are going on well. Housing, markets, most of the roads now, contractors are back to site, and these projects are ongoing. And we want to see our people succeed. There is, oh yeah, I almost forgot this. There is because of government interventions, there is a lot of revival in the agriculture sector. So prices of agricultural products are going up, whether it's milk, coffee, and so forth. And as a result, there are theft of farm produce, including avocados, that are doing well in this region. And there is a good working relationship between the security team and the farmers and the cooperatives. We want to ensure that their coffee is escorted to the mills, out of the mills to the stores. We are working with the cooperatives to encourage them to put CCTV cameras. We are also putting under surveillance the security, the watchmen that are taking care of these cooperatives to make sure that they are vetted and we monitor them, because some of them are colluding with the thieves to steal coffee. The theft of coffee was a little bit high a few months ago. Last month it was slightly high, 2,000 kilograms of coffee was stolen. but this month a good job was done. In July, actually. In June it was high. In July, it came down to only 60 kilograms. And there have been a number of recoveries that have been done for both coffee and avocados. Stealing of these farm products, whether, of course, it's a very negative thing, but the positive story is that there is hope in this area that farming is again bringing pesa mfukoni to many residents in this area, and therefore we must protect, including livestock also. Stealing livestock, one cow, two cows here. There have been some criminals who have been invading people's homes, stealing one animal here and there. And you know these animals, somebody may have taken loan from cooperative to buy a good cow and so forth, and then stolen and slaughtered. The same problem we encountered in Nyandarua yesterday, and the security team is on high alert. I'm going to have that conversation with the chiefs to see how best we are going to ensure that there is an intervention in every location, sub-location, to protect farmers who are losing their livestock or their farm produce. I will take 3 questions, and then we will call it a day. Yes, I'll start with you. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Clement from KTN. We have seen heavy deployment of security officers at JKA ahead of regarding Gachagwa's arrival in the country. Yeah. Perhaps, is it part of the security plans you talked about yourself?
Yeah. I'll answer you last. So let me start with the things that concern Nyeri. Anybody who has something that concerns this region. So all of you are just asking that one question.
Mine is a national matter,
okay.
From last year.
Okay, you introduce yourself.
Yes. Kamau Mwangi, Citizen TV Nyeri.
Correct.
And my question goes to both yourself and the IG.
Yeah.
Last year, there was this man or gentleman who was arrested for perpetuating crimes against women in the Kware murders from last year.
Yes.
Where are we with that? Where is Collins Tumaisi?
Yeah.
He's not been found to date. And is Kware still an active crime scene? He had 2 accomplices.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You're saying the accomplices. Thank you for asking that question, because I forgot earlier. The other problem we have in Nyeri is gender-based violence. Gender-based violence and cases of defilement. They are also very high. And it's a matter of great concern because it's perpetuated by family members, close relatives. These cases also of gender-based violence, including sexual offenses, is also linked to this alcohol and drug abuse. And again, we are encouraging the society not to keep quiet in terms of dealing with these issues. They must speak out. Gender-based violence is a matter of great concern. You will hear us in the venue when we are discussing today. Our encouragement is to our local chiefs and assistant chiefs to make sure that this is not being normalized in some communities, but others are being called to resolve that problem of gender-based violence and say that, families have agreed. Defilement happens and then they say families have agreed. This is something we must not accept and we must not normalize. On the question of, and that's why there is a pending question about the suspect who was arrested in Nairobi linked to the cases of femicide at the Embakasi Kware dump site, or a dump site there near the quarry. And it's regrettable that the guy escaped from custody and that is still at large together with the accomplices. And the police are still pursuing. It's notable that 2 newspaper adverts were put into circulation to see if any citizen or any person has any knowledge about their whereabouts. It is our expectation that they be found, established where they are, dead or alive. It is of great concern. I see some people who want to score cheap political points out of this very heinous act. It's something that we take seriously. Remember that the president, even pursuant to that incident, established a task force to look at the issues of femicide in the country, and the report is ready. We should be able to present its findings, most of its findings related to some of the things I talked about: society, investigations, early warnings, communication. It's also very sad that many people have their loved ones, they don't talk with their loved ones for months, and they never ask themselves where they are, they never report. Of course, a number of cases are reported, but part of the reasons why these things are not napped also in good time is failure to report in good time cases of missing persons, particularly some of these characters who are targeting women. So we are on course. We continue pursuing where they are. They are not the only criminals who are at large. Some of other suspects, National Police Service is pursuing about robberies, robbery violence, among others. Sometimes they go underground. Sometimes also you'll find that they may be dead. But we must find out where they are, whether it's dead or alive.
Yeah, because Waziri, the question is, for how long do the families of these loved ones have to wait until they get the justice that they deserve?
We cannot put timeline on something that we have absolutely no control as to where they are. If it was an issue where the National Police Service knew that somebody is sitting there and they are saying investigation is not going, it would have been an issue. But somebody who is running and we are pursuing, by all means, we must take the shortest time possible based on the circumstances and based on the circumstances of every case to make sure that they are apprehended. And we really need public support. We want to ask Kenyans, if it's even possible for us to put another advert, we can do so, and ask as many Kenyans as possible to help us with information on his whereabouts, so that we can, and their accomplices. And even if they, for whatever reason, they are still not alive, somebody should tell us about the same.
Maybe we hear from the IG in terms of whether the place is still a crime scene. If that's okay, was it?
The answer is the same. Yeah, the answer does me. Actually, it's the one who gave me the answer to read in Parliament. So the answer is the same. I don't get my answers from any other source. Any other question? I'll conclude with your question. So
Yes.
I will not forget. I'm not forgetting.
One last question. My
Yeah.
name is Nancy Mulu from the Daily Nation newspaper. It's been a year since the Hillside Indonesia accident that saw 21 boys perished. We have not heard anything from the government. No report. What is going on?
I would be lying to tell you. I would be lying to tell you that I am aware of the where the report is at the moment. It would be something I would try to find out. The investigations was instituted and it was coordinated by the Ministry of Education because it was an education issue. But of course, the National Police Service are involved, and multi-agency level of involvement. Maybe then, based on your question, we can either find out before the forum starts, and then how far it is. I can call my colleague in education, and we can consult also with the IG so that during the forum I can answer your question. So I hope that you will be there for me to make a better informed clarification during the Jukwaa Usalama forum. There was an Anne somewhere here.
One more question.
Yeah.
In the issue of the fight against risk, actually, the issue of the liquor crisis in Board is actually within the country.
Yes.
You perhaps coming up with a regulation or rather working up within the counties, the county assemblies, make sure that
You tighten that issue. A lot of what is happening with alcohol now is about enforcement. I am very happy that this is one of the counties, together with Nyandarua, that have a very good law. You can't fault the county assembly or the county government on the legislation. This county established way back very good legislation about licensing. And they have been very strict in terms of licensing. I have been briefed today that the licenses only, there are about 17 bars. Is it Nakada? 17 bars that have only been licensed in this county. The only sad story is that there are many bars that are operating without license. So the issue is to have a joint enforcement between the counties themselves, because they have an enforcement department of the counties with the help of the police officers and the security team and NACADA to close these bars. Something I didn't even say earlier, which is important for me to say, is that in part of the areas where there is proliferation of also adulterated alcohol or alcohol that is substandard or so. It can't happen without the collusion of also local security agencies. So there is usually a failure somewhere by the OCS or a chief or a national government official. So we have what we have done and what the IG has done is to reorganize to every other time to reorganize the police officers pursuant to the intelligence information that comes out from the citizens on those who are colluding with these unscrupulous business people to allow this adulterated alcohol to be sold, especially ethanol. So we are dealing with our own officers also. Some are being taken through disciplinary procedures. Some where we cannot really find clarity as to how they were involved are transferred or to go and perform other duties, especially those who we may not have proper evidence that they are committed something, but where there is laxity on their part, they can be redeployed to go and do something else. I guess we have answered those questions. On your question about security at the airport, the National Police Service is always alert to ensure that they protect our critical installation. The Jomo Kenyatta International Airport has a fully-fledged commander in charge of all the airports in the country. He's based there, but also we have airport police that take care of our airports across the country. It's important for every citizen when they travel or they come back to observe the law, to observe the rules that apply in the use of our airport, and not just the airport, the roads, everywhere. Everybody needs to be observant in terms of the law. You are the one who has informed me that there is a heavy deployment. I was not also aware. But generally, police, even the IG doesn't have to know about a deployment in a particular place. The National Police Service is decentralized, and everybody will do their job unless they are seeking for specific requests from the IG that there is need for enforcement. The IG will be informed. But the IG generally, everybody everywhere, a police officer everywhere doesn't have to call the IG before they do law enforcement. They can do their job and report to the IG through the required channels. So I must assure Kenyans that National Police Service is always on alert to make sure that any person or any incident that is going to lead to breach of peace is addressed according to the law, so that Kenyans can continue pursuing their political or social or economic objectives in a peaceful environment. I'm very happy to be here. You know, this is my second home, so I'm around. Thank you very much.
Up to 70% of suicide cases kwa Nyeri County. We must live here with that position. County. We must live here with that position. Kwamba, no matter people's political persuasions which vary, it is important that eventually Nyeri yetu itakaa kwa amani. Na so while you are explaining mambo ya infrastructure, hamna offices zenu, welfare, mambo ya allowances, mambo yote tutasikiza vizuri sana, lakini at the same time mnisaidie kusema ni mambo gani ambayo yatatusaidia tutoe huduma haswa ya usalama katika Nyeri iende juu. Na hivyo ndio mpango ya hii mkutano. Kuongea hapa itakuwa story tu ya bure. Tulipoanza jukwaa la usalama